As requested, here is how I painted the veterans for my Leviathan box. For those new to the channel, this is the process I've come up with to paint good looking Space Marines in an afternoon. I begin by working on the armor. To achieve an interesting, uneven look, I stipple the surface with an oil brush, diluting my paint with water in equal amounts. To build up the red color, I begin with a coat of brownish red, followed by 2 coats of an intermediate red, and finally as many coats of a bright red as I deem necessary. Using a hair dryer between coats, I was able to save a lot of time. Make sure to use an old brush for this, since stippling really takes a toll on the bristles. With the armor done, I proceeded to base coat every other element of the model, and while I could got the model done, it is still missing lights and shadows. For the lights, I go back to my bright red. Having diluted it with water before, it has not yet achieved its full opacity. You should focus this highlight on the helmet, hands, and any parts heavily exposed to light. Just because this is a special squad of veterans, I ended up going all around the model. And since this squad has black helmets, I used a dark grey to also pick some edges on them. For the shadows, I used oil paints to pin wash all the recesses. The low surface tension of the oil paints allows me to just tap at the recess and the paint will find its path on its own. I generally do an all over wash for bigger squads, but decided to do something a bit more precise for this small one. The same thing was done using brown oil paint for the gold details. I've been asked before if I varnish my models before washing them and if the solvent damages the acrylics. The answer to both questions is no. I do, however, plan to varnish all my models for gaming purposes once I'm done with painting everything. Having let the wash dry, I based the models as the rest of the army, and here is the end result. That's 5 less models for my Leviathan box. Make sure to subscribe to don't miss out as I'm getting close to begin working on the bigger models.